We all know that securing our front door is important, and having a good deadbolt is a great way to do that. This is the Phillips Smart Deadbolt with built-in Wi-Fi, finger pad, key lock, fingerprint reader, all that built into it, and it's a solid way to get this done. I'll put a link down below if you have any questions or want to check it out. The link's down there. But let's get into this and find out what this thing's all about. I'm Chris with Gadgets and Gravel. I want to thank Phillips for sending this over for test and review purposes. This has been a great testing period. I've been using this for about a week or so. Using it's been pretty handy. So let's get into the installation process. We'll talk about the design and we'll talk about using it in the app and see what this is a good door lock for you. So that out of the way, installing this. If you already have a deadbolt, the installation is super simple. If you don't, inside of the box with the deadbolt and instruction manual and all that information, it comes with a guide and instructions and markings and everything like that to help you ensure you're going to get the best location it's going to fit once you end up drilling that hole and cutting it into your door. But if you already have the hole, to mess with that, great, because installing this is super easy. You literally remove your old deadbolt, put this one in. It does come with a replacement latch right here. We get a new one of those, so you can take your entire old system out, put this one in there. So once you install, you get your latch put in here, you install the deadbolt from the outside, which is the screen, and all the tech and all that information is on the outer part, which we'll get to in just a moment. But you're gonna slide that in there, get it through, run the cable in, it clips right into this part right here. There is a mounting bracket that you'll install that attaches the bracket to the outer portion. This inside part of the lock just has 3 small little screws that screw right into the bracket on the inside, and you're done. Like, the install process is super easy. There's not a lot of things to mess with. It's just in and you're done. So while it's just about as simple as a standard deadbolt, the only difference is you got one little cable to plug in. Outside that, it's an easy deal. Once you get it installed, you're gonna put your batteries in. It does come with the batteries inside. So it comes with 8 AA batteries to put in there. So you're ready to go out of the box. Make sure when you install your batteries, it has this little pull tab, little ribbon inside of there to make it easier to pull those out. Make sure you keep that out so you can get to the batteries. It's a good idea. Inside here, so we also do have our reset button. So for some reason you need to reset the lock, whether it's you changed the new router, it showed up and for whatever reason it wasn't impairing. Quick and easy, press and hold the reset and you're good to go and you're off and running. Once it's installed, you're gonna hook it up and match it into the app and get it all paired up there. So we'll cover that in a moment, but let's talk about the design of the lock and what you're gonna get out of this. So as you can see here, we got a real clean design. It's just a nice matte black look here. Pretty simple on the outside. There's no buttons, no ports, nothing around on the inside portion of this. We got a physical lock lever here to lock the door and unlock it, and that's it. That's the inside part of it. Let's take a look at the outside part. This is the outside portion of the lock. So as you can see, we got the same style in here. We got a nice black finish on it. It is glossy on the screen, but the outside of this is all matte black finish on it. Really nice, clean design. Nothing is going to be too obnoxious on the outside of your door. It's nice and flat. I do like that it's a slim lock. It doesn't stick out too far, so it's really good on that. So we've got our keypad here. So you can see got nice big numbers, big backlit numbers. There's a lot of times if you get, you're working on different products and different things like that, and you'll get the keypad, and sometimes those numbers get crunched together and hard to find. I love that on this. They've got great big numbers on here, easy to use, pin codes, that fingerprints, all that's done in the app. So you can customize what fingerprint you're gonna have, or key pin you need there. Inside of here, this rotates up, and right there is our key lock. So you still have your old school keys. You can still lock and unlock it, just like you would a normal deadbolt. So that's great there. It's great to have the key option as well if you've got somebody that maybe is unfamiliar with using a touchscreen or doesn't put their fingerprint in there, where it's a a grandparent or kid coming home. You just want to give them a key. You have that option there. And then right here is the fingerprint reader. So it's nice and easy. It's quick scan the finger. It's like 0.3 seconds. So it's super fast on recognizing your fingerprint and activating the lock, unlocking it, whatever you're trying to do with it. It's really great right there. Like I said, there is a speaker out here, so if there is an issue with the lock or you put the pin code in incorrectly, it does give you some feedback so you know what's going on with it, so you can make sure you can make the corrections. If you put the pin code in wrong, you don't have to wonder why didn't it open. It'll tell you the pin code was wrong, so you can fix it. That's the design of it. It's a nice, simple, clean look, and it's easy to get installed, so pretty great so far. Let's get into the app. So the Philips Smart Deadbolt with Wi-Fi built into it uses the Philips Home Access app to control everything you're doing with it. Philips has been around forever, obviously. We've always heard that, we've all known the name Philips. It's been around for like 130 years. Most of the time you think of smart home and you hear Philips, you think of their smart lights. But Philips also has smart home products that many people forget about or maybe are unaware of. And this is one way to get into that ecosystem of Philips smart home devices, because this has been a solid lock to use and it's got some really handy features. So let's get into the app, start the recording here. All right, so once you get the app, download the app, set up an account if you don't already have one, and you're gonna add a device. Click the add devices button and it walks you through the process. Super easy. It was really fast to get set up. I didn't have any issues when getting into that process. Once you're in there, you're gonna see the lock at the top of the page, tap on it, and then you're greeted with just a super simple display. You get into the app for the once you get it set up, like, you don't have to do a bunch of clicks to get around the app. And Philips has done a great job of just really simplifying the app, so you can just get in 9 times out of 10. You open the app, you're probably just trying to unlock the door. So right up front, you got a big button right up front. Tap that, and now we're locked. Nice and easy, right? This says door locked on it. The speaker, you get a notification on your phone the door's been locked. Same thing, push it, it unlocks. Right at the top, you can see you are connected to Wi-Fi. You can see your battery status level. So all that's right up front. Super, super well done right there. Towards the bottom here, we got activity. So this is going to show you how it's been unlocked, whether it's done using a keypad, whether it's a fingerprint, and you can see all that information in there, and you'll know who did it by what key pin was entered and what fingerprint was entered, and we'll show you that part in just a moment. Pin code, you can come in here and set up additional pin codes. You can set all those up. Fingerprints, here's where you can add your fingerprints. You can see Chris thumb. You can set individual up to 20 different pin codes and 20 different fingerprints. So you can have plenty of room to add as many people as you need to. Set all that in there. It's really, really handy to do and really easy to get set up into the app. So when you add a pin code, you've got permanent, recurring, you got one-time uses. You can set a pin code that is good for a week. So if you have somebody maybe come over to check on your house or your pets while you're on vacation, you can set up a pin code for them. You'll still get the same notifications and history of who entered the house and when it was opened and when it was locked, but then it will be deactivated at the set time you set it for. So it's really handy right there. So that is that setting. We can click on, move my screen recording out of the way maybe. There we go. All right, jump into the settings. So you can see here, we got all the different options here. So auto lock is going to automatically lock the door. After a few moments, it'll lock the door for you behind you, so you don't have to worry about locking it. It's already taken care of for you. Away mode, so we have different options here, so you can set up different ways to add additional security and control over the lock when you're not around. Sound settings, you can set up when you get a sound if the lock happens. Time notifications, you can set up whether you want to get locked or notifications when it's locked and unlocked. All that's in there nice and easy. There's a master code, so you have individual codes for people, and you have a master code that controls everything in it, so that's nice. You can have that. One-touch locking, so it's kind of nice. When you leave the house, you can push and hold any of the number keys and it'll lock it. So it's super, super easy. It's when you're out the door, just push and hold and you're done. It's nice. Device information just tells you the technical specs of it. And that's it. Like I said, once you get into the app, there's not a whole lot you want to have to do. You want to get in, get out, and be done with it, right? The whole point of opening the app is, once you get it set up, is just to either add a pin code or a fingerprint and lock it and unlock it. And it does that really easy. So that's the app, and let's talk about how it's been using this. So Philips Home Access Smart Deadbolt with Wi-Fi built in, fingerprint reader. We've got a keypad, we've got keys, we've got the app. It connects to Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant, so you can control it with your voice or through those apps. So you get tons of flexibility in how you can use this app or how you can use this lock. And in the week or so I've been using it, it's been solid. Like, I've had no troubles getting in and out of it. I'd set up kids' pin codes and fingerprints in it at one point. None of them had any issues getting in and out. It all worked great. So the process of using this has been really easy to use. And that's one thing I really appreciate that Philips has done with this lock. Making sure that using the app and using the lock are all easy to do. Getting the lock installed was a simple process. There's only, you got a few screws, a mounting plate, plug in a cord, and you're done. It's really simplified. So if you've been nervous about getting a smart lock or something like that because of the complications in the installation or the use of it or any of that other stuff, Philips is going to be a great way to do that. Using the lock's been great. There's been no issues. I haven't had any jamming problems. Sometimes I've got an old farmhouse and the house shifts, and we're in the season now. We're going from summer/fall into winter, and there's all kinds of shifting going around, and a lot of my deadbolts I've used previously will jam up, and I've had no issues with that. Phillips has done a great job of making sure it's got a good powerful motor and it gets through and into the lock and does it every time. So been happy with that. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments down below. Trying to help you the best I can. There are tons of sales going on right now, so make sure you check that out. I'm gonna put a link down below. Philips Home Access has got tons of stuff, up to half off on a lot of their products. Some good Black Friday deals coming up, so I'll put the link down below. There's gonna be plenty of things going on, so make sure you check that out. If you have any questions, like I said, leave it down below. I'll try and help you out the best I can. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos, and look forward to seeing the next one. Thanks.